Gentlemen, today I want to share something simple, powerful, and often overlooked, something that becomes more important after the age of 60. Many of you have heard that olive oil is good for the heart, good for the arteries, good for energy. And yes, high-quality olive oil is one of the most nutrient-dense foods on earth. But here is the truth very few people talk about. Senior men should not rely on olive oil alone for circulatory health. Why? Because olive oil works best when it is paired, specifically paired, with something that increases absorption, improves nutrient delivery, and supports smoother vascular function. That partner is vinegar. This combination has been used for centuries in Mediterranean and Japanese traditions, not just for flavor, but for digestion, metabolic comfort, and circulatory ease. And today, I want to break down why this pairing becomes especially meaningful for senior men. As men cross the age of 60, the body does not operate the same way it once did. The metabolism slows, digestive enzymes naturally decrease, and the ability to break down certain fats becomes less efficient. This means that foods that were once handled effortlessly by the body can suddenly begin to feel heavy, sluggish, or uncomfortable. Olive oil is often praised as one of the healthiest fats on the planet, rich in antioxidants, anti-inflammatory compounds, and heart-supporting polyphenols. But here is the truth that many men do not realize. Olive oil by itself is not always the most effective nutritional tool for senior men. In fact, relying on it alone can actually limit the benefits they are trying to gain from it. When olive oil is consumed without support from an acid like vinegar, the body must work harder to digest it. And as digestion naturally slows with age, this can lead to symptoms like heaviness in the stomach, delayed gastric emptying, and an overall sensation of reduced vitality after meals. Many older men quietly accept these issues as normal aging, but often the real problem is that the body is not getting help in processing and absorbing the nutrients locked inside the olive oil. When fats move sluggishly through the system, their benefits become muted. The antioxidants are not absorbed as efficiently, the healthy fats are not transported as effectively, and the overall physiological benefit drops significantly. Beyond digestion, senior men often experience reduced bile production, which is essential for breaking down fats. A younger body may have handled a tablespoon of olive oil without issue, but an older digestive system simply lacks the same resources. This is not a flaw or a failure. It is a natural part of the aging process. Without enough bile flow, olive oil can linger in the digestive tract, creating a feeling of heaviness or even mild nausea in some individuals. This prevents the body from accessing the energizing and circulatory benefits that so many men hope olive oil will provide. Another key factor is nutrient absorption. Fat-soluble nutrients, such as vitamin E and certain polyphenols, require a well-coordinated digestive environment to be taken up into the bloodstream. When olive oil is consumed alone, especially on an empty stomach, the absorption rate can drop because the digestive process is not sufficiently stimulated. This is why many senior men report that despite adding olive oil to their daily routine, they do not feel any noticeable change in energy, comfort, or vitality. Furthermore, when olive oil is consumed by itself, it can trigger a temporary spike in post-meal lethargy. This is because fats take longer to digest, and without proper digestive activation, the body diverts more blood to the gastrointestinal system to handle the load. Senior men, who may already experience reduced circulatory responsiveness, feel this shift more intensely. Instead of gaining support for energy and daily movement, they feel slower and heavier, exactly the opposite of what they intended. The issue is not the olive oil. Olive oil remains an extraordinary food. The issue is the absence of synergy. Senior men often need a companion ingredient, something that lightens digestion, activates metabolic response, and enhances nutrient absorption. Without this partner, olive oil alone simply cannot deliver its full potential. And this is why understanding how to use olive oil properly after 60 becomes essential for maintaining daily comfort, energy, and overall wellness. Vinegar is one of the simplest and yet most underestimated tools in nutrition, especially for senior men. When paired with olive oil, it acts as a natural activator, enhancing digestion, boosting nutrient absorption, and creating a smoother metabolic response. Many men assume vinegar is just a tangy flavor added to salads, but its biological influence is far more meaningful. The synergy between vinegar and olive oil is particularly powerful after the age of 60, when digestive strength begins to decline and the body becomes less efficient in processing healthy fats. The first way vinegar enhances olive oil is by stimulating the digestive system. As men age, their stomach acid levels tend to drop. Lower stomach acid makes it harder to break down fats, slows nutrient absorption, and can leave a person feeling heavy or sluggish after meals. Vinegar, with its natural acetic acid, gently raises the acidity in the stomach, allowing the digestive process to ignite more effectively. This means olive oil gets emulsified and processed faster, easing the burden on the digestive organs and allowing the body to access its nutrients sooner. Another essential benefit of vinegar is its ability to moderate the body's response to food. Many studies show that vinegar helps flatten spikes in post-meal blood sugar. While this is not a treatment or medicine, it creates a more stable metabolic environment, one that helps senior men feel more balanced, more energized, and more comfortable after eating. When paired with olive oil, a food rich in healthy fats, vinegar helps create a meal experience that supports smoother digestion and steadier energy throughout the day. Vinegar also acts as a transporter of nutrients. Olive oil holds powerful antioxidant compounds like hydroxytyrosol and all-european that support cellular health and general circulation comfort. But these compounds need to be absorbed efficiently, and vinegar helps prepare the gut lining for maximum uptake. The mild acidity creates a more favorable environment for nutrient transport, almost like opening the doors wider so more of olive oil's benefits can enter. Additionally, vinegar helps break down the surface tension of fats. This means that instead of the olive oil forming heavy pools inside the stomach, it disperses into smaller droplets that are easier for digestive enzymes and bile to act upon. For men over 60, whose bile flow may have naturally decreased, this is especially helpful. It means olive oil can be processed without overwhelming the digestive system. Senior men often notice that meals containing oil behave differently in their bodies. They may feel heavier or slower afterward. The simple addition of vinegar can completely transform this experience, turning a heavy meal into a lighter, cleaner, more energizing one. The synergy also affects circulation comfort. When digestion is smoother and nutrients are absorbed efficiently, the body uses less energy to break down food and more energy for movement, vitality, and daily activity. Many senior men report feeling lighter, more capable, and more comfortable after meals when they incorporate the olive oil-vinegar combination. This is not because vinegar is performing magic. It is because the entire metabolic process is working in a more coordinated, optimized way. This pairing also supports satiety. Instead of overeating, something many men struggle with due to reduced metabolic sensitivity, the olive oil and vinegar combination helps signal fullness earlier. This creates a more harmonious eating pattern that supports weight balance and overall daily wellness, both crucial for men over 60. Ultimately, vinegar does not replace olive oil. It enhances it. It wakes it up. It activates its potential. When these two ancient ingredients come together, they create a combination that supports the needs of the aging body, helping senior men feel lighter, more energized, and more capable in their daily life. One of the most noticeable changes men experience as they move into their 60s and beyond is a shift in how their digestive system responds to certain foods, especially fats. Meals that once felt light and energizing can suddenly feel heavy, slow, or uncomfortable. This is not a sign of poor health. It is a natural outcome of the aging process. The stomach produces fewer digestive enzymes, the gallbladder may release bile less efficiently, and the muscles of the digestive tract may move food more slowly. All of this means that even healthy fats, like olive oil, can feel burdensome when consumed alone. That is precisely where vinegar makes a dramatic difference. When olive oil is paired with vinegar, the digestive experience changes almost immediately. Vinegar, through its gentle acidity, helps initiate the breakdown of fats before they even reach the small intestine. It essentially primes the oil, making it easier for the stomach and intestines to process. This reduces the heaviness and discomfort that many older men feel after consuming oil-based dishes. Vinegar does not overwhelm or shock the digestive system. Instead, it nudges it into action, providing the spark that the aging body sometimes lacks. This pairing also helps prevent a common issue among senior men: slow gastric emptying. When fats move too slowly through the stomach, it can create bloating, belching, delayed fullness, or that uncomfortable feeling that food is sitting there for hours. Vinegar helps food transition more smoothly, allowing olive oil to follow a more natural digestive rhythm. The result is a lighter, cleaner, and more comfortable post-meal experience. Another important aspect is how vinegar affects bile flow. Bile is essential for breaking down fats, but bile production and release often diminish with age. When bile is insufficient, fats remain in a semi-undigested state, creating discomfort. Vinegar doesn't replace bile, but it helps create conditions that encourage better emulsification, meaning olive oil is broken down into smaller droplets that require less digestive effort to process. For many senior men, this difference alone is transformative. Beyond digestion, the olive oil and vinegar combination also influences how food makes you feel emotionally and energetically. Heavy digestion can drain the body, redirecting circulation toward the stomach and away from muscles and the brain. This leads to fatigue, sluggishness, and a decline in physical motivation after meals. But when digestion is smooth and efficient, energy remains more balanced. Men report feeling more awake and more willing to move, walk, or stay active, activities that naturally support better circulatory comfort. The combination also reduces the chances of post-meal discomfort that many men keep to themselves: gas, pressure, mild reflux, or tightness in the abdomen. Vinegar helps regulate stomach pH and encourages smoother movement of food through the digestive tract. This gentle acid environment supports healthy gut function and helps prevent that stuffed or blocked sensation that older men often accept as normal. Even more interesting is its effect on satiety. When digestion is smooth, the body sends clearer signals of fullness. This prevents overeating, which is one of the leading causes of post-meal heaviness in older adults. The olive oil provides healthy fats that support long-lasting nourishment, while the vinegar helps ensure that nourishment does not overwhelm the system. Together, they create balanced eating patterns that support energy, weight maintenance, and daily comfort. In the end, the olive oil and vinegar pairing is not simply about flavor. It is about creating harmony within the digestive system. It is about giving the aging body what it needs to process foods comfortably and efficiently. For senior men, this simple combination offers a natural and practical way to experience lighter digestion, greater comfort, and a renewed sense of vitality after every meal. One of the most powerful yet understated benefits of pairing olive oil with vinegar is the way it can influence overall post-meal comfort, especially for senior men. As men age, the body becomes more sensitive to shifts in digestion and metabolism, and these internal changes can directly affect how energized or sluggish they feel after eating. Many men notice that after 60, the period immediately following a meal feels different. The body may feel heavy, movement may feel slower, and even simple activities like climbing stairs or taking a walk can feel slightly more effortful. These sensations are not just about food, they are about how efficiently the body processes that food. And this is where the olive oil and vinegar combination becomes a surprisingly valuable daily tool. One of vinegar's well-known properties is its ability to support a steadier post-meal metabolic response. Although vinegar is not a medical treatment, research consistently shows that it can help moderate how quickly the body responds to carbohydrates and sugars. This has a ripple effect. When the body experiences fewer abrupt metabolic spikes or dips, the circulatory system works in a steadier, more comfortable rhythm. Senior men often feel these differences more acutely than younger individuals because the aging body is less tolerant of sudden shifts in digestion or energy. When olive oil is included, this effect becomes even more noticeable. Olive oil's healthy fats already help slow digestion slightly, creating a more sustained release of energy. Vinegar complements this by reducing the heaviness that fats can cause and promoting a smoother, more manageable digestive flow. Instead of the body going through a roller coaster of metabolic reactions, the combination helps create a more balanced internal environment. This balance can translate into a feeling of lighter movement and easier physical activity after meals. For senior men, this matters immensely. After 60, maintaining circulation comfort depends heavily on staying active. Even simple daily motions, walking, stretching, climbing stairs, support natural vascular responsiveness. But when a man feels weighed down after eating, the desire to move decreases. The olive oil and vinegar pairing helps support digestion in a way that encourages mobility, not discourages it. Many men describe feeling less sluggish and more motivated to keep moving, which naturally contributes to better overall comfort throughout the day. Another important dimension is how the combination influences the body's internal workload. When a meal is difficult to digest, the body redirects a significant amount of blood to the stomach and intestines, leaving less available for muscles and other organs. This redistribution is normal, but it can feel more intense with age. By helping digestion proceed more efficiently, vinegar reduces the body's burden, allowing circulation to remain more evenly distributed. Olive oil provides clean, supportive fats that complement this process, creating a smoother internal transition from eating to post-meal activity. Senior men also often experience a greater sensitivity to bloating, pressure, or abdominal tightness after meals. These sensations can restrict movement and create a sense of internal stiffness that radiates through the torso. Vinegar's gentle acidity helps keep digestion moving, reducing the chances of delayed transit or the buildup of intestinal discomfort. When paired with olive oil, this effect becomes more pronounced, leading to a more relaxed and comfortable abdomen. Men often describe this combination as producing a feeling of lightness even after a full meal. Ultimately, this pairing supports the rhythm of daily activity. When digestion feels smooth, movement feels effortless. When movement feels effortless, circulation remains active. And when circulation remains active, senior men feel more energized, confident, and capable throughout their day. The olive oil and vinegar combination is not a shortcut or miracle. It is simply a practical, natural way to support post-meal comfort and encourage a more active, vibrant lifestyle after 60. One of the greatest advantages of the olive oil and vinegar combination is its simplicity. Senior men do not need complicated supplements, expensive powders, or difficult routines to support their daily comfort and vitality. What they need are habits, simple, practical, and sustainable habits that seamlessly fit into their everyday lifestyle. This is why using olive oil and vinegar together is so powerful. It requires almost no effort, yet delivers a noticeable improvement in how the body feels after meals, how digestion flows, and how energy is sustained throughout the day. For many senior men, the biggest challenge in health is consistency. They often know what foods are beneficial, but the routines become complicated, time-consuming, or overwhelming, leading to inconsistency. The pairing of olive oil and vinegar eliminates this barrier. It can be added to any meal, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and it takes only seconds to prepare. This ease is exactly what makes it a long-lasting habit that supports daily well-being. Consider the morning routine. Many older men skip breakfast or eat something quick and dry, which can lead to discomfort later in the day. By simply adding a drizzle of olive oil and a splash of vinegar to cooked vegetables, eggs, or even a small morning salad, the digestive system receives a gentle activation. This pairing helps start the day with smoother digestion and steadier energy. The body becomes more prepared to handle meals that come later, which is crucial for men whose digestion has slowed over the decades. During lunchtime, when many men feel a midday dip in energy or motivation, the olive oil-vinegar combination helps maintain a comfortable, balanced feeling. Whether added to a salad, vegetables, or a lean protein dish, this pairing supports a meal that feels nourishing instead of heavy. The acidity of the vinegar cuts through the richness of the oil, while the oil provides lasting nourishment that helps senior men avoid the post-lunch lethargy that often discourages afternoon activity. This simple adjustment can make the difference between feeling the need to rest and feeling energized enough to take a walk, finish tasks, or stay engaged in social and physical activities. In the evening, digestion tends to slow further, especially for older adults. Dinners that are too heavy can affect sleep quality, cause discomfort, or create a sense of fullness that lingers for hours. Incorporating olive oil and vinegar into dinner on cooked vegetables, warm grains, or light proteins helps the digestive system manage the meal more smoothly. Men who adopt this habit often notice that they feel lighter at night, sleep better, and experience fewer issues like bloating or post-meal discomfort. Beyond meals, this combination also encourages mindful eating. The rich flavor of olive oil combined with the brightness of vinegar helps men enjoy their food more, slowing down the pace of eating. This naturally reduces overeating, which is a common cause of digestive discomfort among senior men. The pairing aligns taste with wellness, allowing meals to be both enjoyable and supportive of overall comfort. These simple methods are not about making big dietary changes. They are about enhancing what men are already eating, using ingredients that have been trusted for centuries. The beauty of this combination lies in its accessibility. Any man can add it to his daily routine regardless of culinary skill or lifestyle. Over time, these small, consistent choices accumulate into noticeable improvements in digestion, energy, and daily comfort. In the end, the olive oil and vinegar habit becomes more than just a flavor addition. It becomes a reliable tool for sustaining vitality, supporting movement, and enhancing the quality of everyday life, especially for men navigating the natural changes that come with age. As men move through their 60s and beyond, the way their bodies respond to food, movement, and daily routines shifts in subtle but meaningful ways. Energy levels fluctuate more easily, digestion can feel slower, and physical stamina may not rebound as quickly as it once did. These changes are natural, but they can influence confidence, motivation, and overall quality of life. This is why simple, supportive nutritional habits become essential, not to replace medical care or formal treatments, but to help men feel more balanced and capable in their daily activities. The pairing of olive oil and vinegar becomes especially important in this context because it supports the overall rhythm of vitality that men depend on to stay active, alert, and engaged. When digestion is efficient, the body experiences a sense of ease. Meals feel satisfying without weighing the body down, and energy flows more steadily throughout the day. Senior men who use olive oil alone often report that they don't feel the energizing or uplifting effect they expected. But when vinegar is added, the experience changes noticeably. The meal feels lighter, digestion feels smoother, and the body feels more willing to move afterward. This shift may seem small, but it has profound effects on daily vitality. The willingness to move and the comfort to do so creates a positive cycle that supports circulation, joint comfort, mood, and overall well-being. Movement is one of the strongest determinants of health as men age. A man who moves regularly maintains better muscle tone, steadier balance, and more responsive cardiovascular comfort. Yet the biggest barrier to movement after 60 is not lack of time. It is how the body feels after meals. When men feel heavy, sluggish, or bloated, they simply move less. When they feel lighter and more energized, they naturally engage in more activity. This is where the olive oil and vinegar combination becomes such a valuable tool. It helps remove the digestive barriers that discourage movement and replaces them with a sense of comfort that encourages physical activity. Another important factor is nutrient uptake. Many senior men unknowingly suffer from reduced absorption of vital nutrients even when they eat high-quality foods. Olive oil contains antioxidants and compounds that support daily vitality, but without proper absorption, the benefits are muted. Vinegar helps optimize this process by creating a digestive environment that allows these nutrients to be transported more effectively. When the body receives nutrients more efficiently, energy levels stabilize, concentration improves, and the overall feeling of vitality remains more consistent throughout the day. This combination also supports a balanced eating rhythm. When meals digest smoothly, men avoid the cycle of overeating and undermoving that can drain energy and slow metabolism over time. The olive oil provides a source of healthy, sustained nourishment, while the vinegar helps regulate fullness and prevents the digestive overload that often leads to afternoon or evening fatigue. The result is a pattern of eating that aligns with the natural needs of the aging body. Ultimately, the olive oil and vinegar pairing is not about creating dramatic changes or promising unrealistic outcomes. It is about giving senior men a simple, dependable tool that supports their natural vitality. It helps them feel more comfortable after meals, more energized in movement, and more capable throughout their day. When digestion flows smoothly and energy is sustained, life becomes easier to enjoy. Walking feels lighter, social activities become more engaging, and everyday tasks feel less demanding. This subtle but powerful sense of well-being is what makes the olive oil and vinegar combination so valuable for men navigating the beautiful, evolving stage of life beyond 60.